Good morning, everybody. Hello. Hey, it's Becky from Power Tools with Thread. You are in our Stitchuation room, a Monday through Friday virtual stitching retreat, 8 a.m. Central. I'll even do it at 8 a.m. Central when I'm in Colorado, which is mountain. A little weird. Where are you going, Frito? You got to come over here. She's like, Mom, you're in the wrong spot. Hey, everybody in the chat. Great to see you guys. So good to have everybody here. Let's see Frito. She needs her little treat, doesn't she? Come on over here, baby girl, where everybody can see you. Yeah, there you are, sweet girl. Let me show everybody your sweet face. There you go. Getting your Dave biscuits. Yeah, you're such a good girl. Such a good girl. Awesome. We're excited about leaving today. There you go. All right, go brush your teeth. You gonna go that way? Okay. We are taking off this morning and heading for Weatherford, Texas, which is west of Fort Worth. I think that's what it's called. There's a KOA up there. We're going that way and heading on up to Colorado. So great to see everybody. You're on your phone. It's slow texted, Donna. Technology, huh? I got a bright light right here. I need to shine it more on my ironing board. That's a little better there. Yeah. So today I thought that I would thank you for the safe travels. Yes, Frito is going. Absolutely. Yeah, she has to go with us in the motorhome for sure. So I wanted to get what am I talking about? So I've got block 12 of the 2024 Designer Mystery Block of the Month ready to be cut. This is the last block for that quilt. And then there are other blocks of flowers that go in this, like in between the blocks. So I'm nowhere near finished with that, but I thought I'd go ahead and get this one cut this morning. Okay, to be honest, last night about 7:30, I'm sitting on the couch and I'm like, I have no idea what I'm going to talk about tomorrow because I've already, we're getting ready to leave and there's so much going on. So, well, Susan, what a sweet hello. She says, good morning, sewing buddies. Yeah, that's awesome. Great to see everybody here. Yeah, we're going to have a really good time. The bus is ready. The dining room table is just loaded down with some last minute things that we need to put in there and clothes. That's the last thing. So ready to go. Yesterday, I had to play Tetris with boxes in the back end of my Jeep. I have a Gladiator, so it's the little truck. And I'm taking 3 machines up to my granddaughter, who is 11. Is she 11 or 12? I can't remember. Don't you hate that? I think she's 2 years younger. She's 11 right now. She'll be 12 in December. Okay, there we go. So she's 11 and she loves to machine embroider. So, I need Keith to send me that picture that he took of me yesterday, you guys. Oh my goodness. So 3 machines. She's getting the PQ 1500 that I had, my straight stitch machine that I had down at the coast, and we sold our coastal home and all my machines came back. So she's getting that. She's not really into quilting yet, but I know she will appreciate a straight stitch machine. Judy, neighbor up in New Braunfels, we'll be going through your way this morning. Oh, no, we won't. We're going to take 130 around, so we're going to miss that. But so she's getting the PQ 1500, and then she's getting, I have a brother, it's the 1034D Serger. That was my original one. That thing is a workhorse. So I'm giving her that. It's a 4-thread serger, and she'll get that. And then I'm also giving her my brother Quattro that has had both upgrades, 2 upgrade kits or all 3 upgrade kits. I think just 2 upgrade kits. So it thinks it's a dream machine, and it actually has a camera in it. So very, very cool. The nice thing about that is the larger hoop, because right now she's stitching on a 6x10. Well, Helen, thank you so much for your super sticker, sweetheart. You are so nice and thoughtful. Thank you. I don't know what that was for, but I appreciate it. Help fuel the bus, right? So I'm taking all those to her. Well, when I was at Austin Quilting and Sewing up near Round Rock, I had gone up there to do a class. I bought one of every color of glide thread that they had, one of every color. And so I've had this big box. There's still a big box sitting right there, and I haven't been able to get into it because I didn't have anywhere to put them. So yesterday, most of my shelves here are empty. Okay, there's a few spools on there. The spools that are on there are glide. Okay, and I took every spool I had of Dime's Exquisite thread and what's the other one I had? Isacord. Every spool I had and put it into a box for her. So she's getting, I don't know, a couple hundred spools of thread. My son was like, Mom, that's awesome. She's going to love that because thread is expensive, right? And most of them have quite a bit on it. So she is getting she needs a she shed. I know, Ginger. She certainly does. So yeah, the 3 machines, she's going to get all that thread. I have got so many extras of things here in my room that I've accumulated over time. I also am giving her, Dime has a Christmas 4-pack bundle of Kingstar metallic thread. There's a gold, a green, a red, and a silver. I just threw that in there too. So she's going to get some metallic thread to play with as well. Yeah, I know. Thank you, Dee Dee. She says thread is a great gift. I know. So now I have room for, these are the glide threads that I have accumulated in my monthly boxes that I get from Me Time or wherever, or maybe I picked one up somewhere or whatever, but there's not that many on there. So that's going to be filled. That's a project when I get back. And I've decided I'm going to take down She Who Sews, and I'm going to get more of these trays, and I'm just going to put them right here. So I can reach these easy enough because I got a long wingspan, okay? And I'll be able to take my fabric right up to it and, pick out a thread color. So that's going to be the project. I had wanted to put another quilt up here, which was the birds in the cage, birds of a feather, I think it was. I had wanted to do that, but I really need the wall space for my embroidery thread. And I want my embroidery thread where I embroider, okay? So anyway, I'm just trying to think this through, but I'm really kind of going toward that's going to be the plan, to put embroidery thread on that wall. But I was worried that it was going to be too far of a stretch for me, but it's pretty easy. It shouldn't be a problem. So that's my plan when I get back to do that. Yeah, got so much going on here. And I'm really ready for a refresh of the room because it's been like this now for 3 or 4 years. And yeah, 3 years since I remodeled it. All right. I know. She says, I have hardly any space because all your wall space is taken up with tools. I know. I get it. I'm there with you for sure. One of my big wall spaces right here is nothing but fabric. That's all fabric back there. Oh, I didn't turn that light on. Anyway. So also when I get back, the plan is to, I have I'll turn on the light so you guys can see. There is a light back here, but this cabinet right here, this is an IKEA cabinet. It's actually 2 IKEA cabinets that my husband, they're screwed together so that they don't fall. But this one's very shallow and this one's a little bit deeper. All that's on here is fabric that has been in my stash. Oh, you guys couldn't hardly see that. Yeah, it's over there against that wall. I do not and have not reached for any of that fabric except for my Corey Yoder shelf that's over there ever, just ever. And so I'm going to go through and kind of look at, does this fabric deserve space in my room? I want to get rid of that shelving unit. So that means I've got to get rid of some fabric. But I'm out of space. I like all the openness in here, y'all. Everything I own is on wheels and things move around all the time. Anyway, okay, so let's get to which plastic shelves for my glide thread. Patty, these are in my Amazon store, okay? In my embroidery favorites, I believe. So it's amazon.com/shop/power-tools-with-thread. And I've got a link to it below in the description box. What I did is I measured the width of the spool bottom, okay, and made sure that I got shelves wide enough to accommodate the base of the spool. These are designed for nail polish bottles in nail salons. So, oh, Jane says, take the fabric on my journey to my granddaughter. That is another box in the Tetris in the back end of my Jeep. More, she's got thread, 3 machines, the fabric, embroidery stuff, just galore. And an embroidery tree, like the 10 spool tree I have behind here. I had one at the coast. So all of that stuff is going to her. And my son said, Mom, she'll just be thrilled. She'll be absolutely thrilled. So that's great. I want to thank Linda. She sent me an email and showed me this is an amazing, I don't know why we don't think of this, how to organize your alphabetties. You guys, I have been looking for alphabetty storage, something for a long time. And first I thought, well, I'll put them all in order on a board. I don't know. That's okay. But I have a lot of these tiles, the alphabetties. These are designed, I could have an auction. I thought about my fabric. Yeah, I thought that I would go ahead and put them on our Power Tools with Thread store site at deep discounted prices. And if you guys want it, you can get it. So we might have a fire sale when I get back. I'll let you guys know. So anyway, I put these in my quilting favorites section of my Amazon shop. They're 36 in a box, and they're perfect because they hold every letter in the alphabet plus all the numbers that come in a package of alphabetties. I have another one for the doubles. Okay, this is perfect. Linda, brilliant idea. Thank you so much for that. So I ordered these. And alphabetties are so that when you are cutting fabric for a block, you can identify what's what. I've got quilters on here that are brand new to the quilting world. And if you're new on our channel, please pop in the chat and say hi. Barb uses that too. Awesome. And your Wonder Clips. Yeah, those alphabetties, they just go everywhere. I find them all over the place. So what I have here in this is is Callie getting a scan and cut too? Elaine, she got one for Christmas last year. Yeah. No, they don't take up much space. I really like these because I put them, I stack them on top of each other. Okay. And then they live right here underneath my bobbin winder on that table, on that little, that little desk right there. That's awesome. That's where they live, and I love it. So it doesn't take up a lot of space. They're fabulous. Okay. Love it. I can donate to the Department of Corrections. I saw that, Cynthia, and they, underneath their video, they put a new address or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I could donate it. You're right. Yeah, I don't want to put it into like the Medina Children's Home donation box that they have where I donate furniture and clothing and other, household items. I want it to go to somebody who's going to use it, right? I want it to go to a loving home. So do I have the bobbin winder on my Amazon store? I believe I do, Tracy. Yeah, I believe I do. That should be in my quilting favorites. Yeah. Yep. Can I use that bobbin winder for both of my main machines? Sophie's, so you want to see my bobbin winder. So I don't have it. Let me zoom you guys over here so you can see it. Yes, in short, the answer is yes. So let me get you over there where you can see the bobbin winder. Okay, so this little, let me move my scissors. This little silver piece right here, okay, in between these black parts, there is a little laser in there, okay? And this silver piece is adjustable to, and I wrote it on here, I just put myself a little where the lines are, an M bobbin or an L bobbin, and it works great. So winds a bobbin up in just a couple minutes. And then I have a little tiny pair of snips that I use specifically for that bobbin winder. It is great. Yeah, that's the Hema Pro bobbin winder. I think it's in my Amazon store. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to get to cutting this fabric. Before I cut the fabric, I'm going to go ahead and press it, and just need to get, you know, the folds out of it so that it does fine. Scotty Dog's rocking and rolling in the kitchen. She's got it like running like a Denny's in there. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Let's switch over to this other camera here and look at my horribly scorched. I'm going to be redoing this as well this fall. So lots of changes. I'll show you guys the fabric for that. Is it in here? No. Where is it? I just saw it. Yeah, it's a Lori Holt. That's the fabric I'm going to put on my ironing board. Okay. Isn't that adorable? So this is like that canvas. That, love it, love it. So good. Oh my gosh, you guys, I saw that Shabby Fabrics has, they're starting again that On Wander Lane block of the month, and it's to make the big quilt, right? And they send you the pre-cut laser pieces. Y'all, each month is $36.50 plus the pattern book if you don't have it, okay? So that's $12, but $36.50. I'm using Magic's quilt and crafting spray. I love this stuff. It does not have a scent. But so $36.50 plus $7 in shipping. I couldn't believe it. I was like, really? And then, although they do send you the pre-cut laser pieces, right? By the time you do the whole quilt, it's $500, $532, because there's $10 to sign up as well. And I was just like, that's crazy. When I can snap-a-kay it. Who is calling me? No. Sorry, my apologies. See how lazy I am? I just stack do you guys iron like this? Barb, my ironing system is a Sapporo gravity-fed iron. I don't know if you can see it on there. It says Sapporo. It's the 527 gravity-fed iron. I love this thing. I have had this iron since 2014. I bought it at the show in Houston in 2014. So it's 11 years old now. And I've gone through a couple of the tubes because, you know, I accidentally get it hot and it will melt through the water hose. That's always fun. Get a little sprinkler system going on in your sewing room. Y'all notice that I do not iron diagonally, okay? I'm ironing with the weave and weft. All right. There we go. All done. Nice and quick. So, yes, Brenda, I don't know, just so nail polish rack that I'm talking about for the thread. I don't know what that's called. If it's not in my Amazon store, I will put it, I'll check when we get done here and I'll put it in there. Okay. Does the Mary Ellen's Best Press help to avoid raveling? It can, Elizabeth. I prefer the faultless. I use Mary Ellen's. Yeah, it does, you know. Just don't handle your fabrics a whole lot. That's the trick, really. Do I know if my bobbin winder winds bobbins to fit the 10 needle or a 6 needle? Yes, Patty, it does. So those bobbins are the L size. So that's that adjustable plate, and you just adjust it. You kind of figure out, you know, you let it run until your bobbin is where you want it. And then I stop it, and then I screwed that down tight and made a little mark. They can't put that on the bobbin winder itself because depending on the weight of thread that you're using, the bobbins will be different. I don't know, whatever. So, yep, cheap vodka works too. Yep. Do a giveaway with my stuff. Oh my gosh, story time. That would be a nightmare. Just a nightmare. The thread rack is listed in my store. Great. Thank you, Meyer. I appreciate that. All righty. Let's see what we got. I have my little project board here, my alphabetties. Let me get my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. The racks are in my store. Good. Blue is my color. Thank you. I got this shirt from Allie M Tees. Love it. Okay. So what they do, they've got A to F is the background fabric, this white, the large white dot. So, and then, so that's why you use alphabetties. Most patterns will use an alphabetical nomenclature to tell you what to cut. So right inside here, I'm just going to get to doing this, you guys. Don't forget to unplug. Oh yeah. So I actually have my iron plugged into a smart plug. I can manage it with my phone. Let's see here. Okay, good, good, good. All right, so I need 2 5.5-inch squares. So the way I cut, so I've got some fraying here on this edge, this outer edge. I've got my 6.5-inch ruler. So I'm going to put the 5.5-inch mark just a couple of threads away from that end. So I'll get a clean one on that side. So I'm going to cut the whole strip to 5.5. Okay. And then turn it around. So now I have a clean edge on this side, and I can put the ruler on it exactly. Make sure that's right. I'm using Quilter Select rulers. These will improve your quilting accuracy just unbelievably. All right. I need 2 of them. I'm going to take the bottom edge of this piece and put it right, just kind of inside the selvage. And okay, right there, and then 5.5 again, and there's both of them cut at the same time. Okay, so there's A right there. I wish these had a little scoop thing. Put that right there. Okay. And the next I need one 3.5 by 4.5-inch rectangle. Okay. So I'll do 3.5 here. So I continue to work on the rest of that first cut. And it's handy too, where you don't have to move the fabric. If you do a mat on a mat, that's always good to do too. Okay, there's my 3.5 by 4.5 rectangle. Let's see. Oh, what Netgear Wi-Fi extender I suggested? Patty, that is also in my Amazon store. I just put it in there in their tech and home. Okay. I love it. It's a Netgear, and I put it on the far side of the house because my swimming pool equipment connects to the Wi-Fi, because my router is right here on this end of the house because, you know, we're long. So I just plugged it into the wall, and they tell you it takes about 15 minutes to set it up. And it did. I followed the instructions. I just sat there with my phone and it just connected. No problem at all. It was wonderful. I love it. Did I starch the fabric and use the magic spray, Dee Dee? No, ma'am. I just used the magic spray. There's still sizing in the fabric from when it was purchased. Yep. Yeah, fishing gear containers are great, Dee Dee. Yep, sure enough. That's what these are, I imagine. You know, I mean, you use them for crafting too. I need 2.5 by 4.5 rectangles. Okay. So I'll just fold this in half and do a 2.5 on the raw edge. So look how much fabric, or how many cuts. So this would be extra, right? Look how many cuts I've gotten out of that one 5.5-inch strip. 2.5 by 4.5, is that right? Measure twice, cut once. Yes. Not bad. You actually save a lot of fabric that way. It's weird the way it works, but it works. Okay, see? And then D is 2.5-inch squares. All right. D, E, and F are all the same fabric, right? A through F, it tells me. So D, E, and F, 2.5, 2. So what I'm looking at here is the width of the cut that I need to make, and making sure there are no larger ones. So this is 1.5 by 3.5. So I can cut one 2.5-inch strip and get everything else I need out of that strip. And then I'll have all that extra fabric left over. So one 2.5-inch strip. I think I can anyway. I should be able to have all that extra fabric. Okay. If I was smart, I would have cut the selvage off first, but I do this anyway to trim that other end and make sure it's nice and clean. All right, so what do I have here? I'm on D, 2.5-inch squares. Okay, so let me get this straight. I'm thinking about getting a smaller stripology ruler. I think I want to do that. I've got the great big one. It's a little hard to wrangle, but it's fabulous for cutting lots and lots of little parts, right? Okay, so here is D. So I was going to look for a smaller one. I'd like one that's about like this would be perfect. Yeah. Okay. Yes, this is an actual Lori Holt design board over here. I love these things. I have about half a dozen of them, all different sizes, and I use them all the time. All right, I need 4 2-inch squares. Turn my ruler around. Oh, nope, I got to do this. Hold on, I'm going to cut it like that. 4 2-inch squares, so I'm going to cut a 2-inch strip off of the 2.5-inch that I just did. I'm going to miss this tall cutting table, you guys. Oh my goodness, I'm going to miss it. I figured I'd go ahead and take this block with me so that I can get it stitched up. There's a lot of times in the afternoons where there's nothing going on, and I just sit down and start sewing. It just makes me happy, clears my brain. Then I got something to show you guys in the morning. Okay, here's my 4 2x2s for E. You can make your own design boards. They're great. All right, and F, I need a 1.5 by 3.5-inch rectangle. Look at that. Love it. 1.5. Make that strip. So if you haven't cut like this before, you might consider it. Give it a shot, see if it works for you. Just keep cutting down from your first piece and see how efficient that can be. I've still got a good piece right here that will be all right. These are a little small, so that'll go in the bin there. And here's F. All done with this. And I still have all of this fabric left. The way they figure out the fabric, they give you enough to make the 5.5 inch cut, the 2.5 inch cut, the 2, and the 1.5 if you wanted to. So, all right. And here's F. And there's all my background fabric cut. Perfect. And I just fold this up and put it in the bag for later. I have all of my scraps left. Let's see. Okay. There is a, there is a YouTube video on making your own design boards. Yeah, actually, Lori Holt did one. She did a design board tutorial. Okay. Next, I need the dark red fabric. Oh, so yesterday, as I was saying, I pulled all of the fabrics that I need for Autumn Love. What do I have going on here? G, 1 6.5 inch square. So I pulled all the fabrics that I needed for Autumn Love and then sat there, dumped out my box of thread on the floor and then proceeded to pick out my threads to go with the fabric, put them all into a Yazzie bag and loaded it in the bus. Crazy. Keith walked in and I'm sitting on the floor. I said, oh my gosh, he just started laughing at me. All right, 6.5. Need a big piece for this. So obviously, since I'm crooked, I'm using this ruler to cut, not the lines on the mat. Okay. This is a 6.5 inch ruler, so this works. Oh, that's not straight. What are you doing, Becky? Cut it straight. Okay, good. Let's see here. I do love how Keith supports me. Yep, Evelyn. He was saying last night about how he doesn't have to work anymore. And he goes, oh, but you work. I said, yeah, I do, but I love it. Let's see. That's a G. And I have blue alphabetties and gray ones. I just grabbed whatever. And H is a 2.5 inch square. So I can get that out of this piece. If you've never purchased one of these rulers that has that extra 1/2 inch, that is so handy, no matter what brand it is. Because if I go from this way, the purpose of that half is so that if I use the straight inch side, I've got to look at the lighter line in between to get the 2.5. And it's a little harder on the eyes. But if you start from the 1/2 inch side, you have a solid line to measure it up. And it's just easier. Works so good. Works so good. 2.5 inch square. Okay. Yeah, these rulers are pricey, but they're worth it. Your accuracy just will jump. You'd be so surprised. Letter H. So on the back of the alphabetties, on the blue ones, I don't have it on the gray ones yet. Not all of them. I put some fusible fleece and I just hot glued it to the back side. And that kind of holds it on there. But I don't have, I'm going to put those probably into an easy stacks tray. I just wanted to do that right now. So it gives me all the space that I need to lay them out and keep track of what I'm doing. And I need 1.5 inch square. So look at all the extra fabric that I have. That's quite a bit, right? Which is good if you have boo-boos. So the extra fabric goes with me when I sew, just in case I have issues. All right, and this is 1.5 inch square. When I snap, okay, Lori Holt's Simple Shapes, do I trace the shapes? Gwen, I originally started tracing the shapes, and then my buddy Valerie, she told me, she said, oh, I just scan the shape and it comes out. I was like, really? That's crazy. And it works. So if you're not getting a clean scan, then you can go ahead and trace them, but give it a shot first to just, let's see what we got next. The little light pink with the roses. This is such sweet fabric. Oh my goodness. J and K for 2.5 by 4.5 inch rectangles. Okay. I'm going to get more cuts from 4.5 inch. If I do 2.5, I won't get enough. Let's see. Is that right? I think that's right. So I'm going to do a 4.5 here. Turn that around. A little scrap there. Okay. And then I'm going to clean up this edge and make sure that's straight. There we go. I think that'll work. I think it will. I don't know. It might not be enough. I might have to do another one. I might have lost that gamble. That's okay. I got plenty of fabric. So there's 2. What do you think? I don't think so. Let's see. 2.5. Oh, I'm a 1/4 inch short. Darn it. I'll use this for the next one. So there's 2 of them. I'll just do 2.5. Should have done it the other way, huh? The long ways. That would have worked. And 4.5. I love cutting. A lot of people don't like it. It is one of my favorite things about quilting because it satisfies my OCD nature. I just love it. I like things to be perfectly square. See, and if you don't handle it a lot, you don't get the fraying and whatnot. So there's J. And K is 4 2-inch squares. I can do that, I think. Pretty sure. 2-inch. So this side. Pretty sure. Oh, make that even. And I do love the Stripology ruler. Absolutely. That's hard to use when you're doing this kind of cutting. And this is another reason the AccuQuilt, while it's great, you know, if you've got hand issues, it's wonderful. Mobility and that kind of thing. When you're doing this kind of cutting, it just is impractical, right? Very impractical. This is much quicker. All right, so that piece worked. I got everything eked out of that one. Gary and Cindy, you like this too? Yeah, I love cutting. Okay, this is piece K. Find my Ks. This is the only bad thing about this, having to dig around. Okay. And the last one, look at all this extra fabric I've got left over. Look how much they gave me here. I need 2 4.5-inch squares. Okay. I could use a longer ruler. I don't feel like hauling it out. 4.5, right there. Put that straight on the fold. When you fold your fabric, if you put your line on the fold, that prevents your elbows. You'll get elbows if you have the line not on the fold. Okay. Flip this around. Get us a clean 4.5. And this. Oh, the other way. And 4.5 again. 2 4.5-inch squares. Yeah. Okay. And I like to do as many layers as possible at one time if I can, because it's just efficient to do that. And that's how it doesn't take me too long. Awesome. All right, I'm all cut for this. This is L. There we go. So now I know everything is here. And using a project board is so easy to move stuff around. You know where everything's at. I love it. I absolutely love it. So project boards are the way to go. And then I'm going to take a Easy Stacks. I have one on the other side over here. Let's see. Yeah. And I've got a pencil. I'm just showing you guys how the sausage is made here, y'all. This is it, right? And erase what was on there. And this is block 12. Mystery BOM. There we go. Okay. So now I'm going to take all of this fabric and put it back in the bag. I have all 12 of these little bags with the extra fabric that they used for the whole quilt. I already have the finishing kit. I'll put this in here. Okay. And then these, I don't know what Frito heard, but she's running off. I think Daddy's out. Keith has to hook the Jeep up to the back of the motorhome. And you want to do that while it's cool, y'all. Woo, gets hot here. C and D, E and F. I need to put this, I'll take this tray out and put it into an existing Yazzie bag that's out there. I don't want to take another one. Running out of space in that motorhome. Okay, so these are all ready to go. Pattern on top. I'm done. Excellent. And put my toys up here. And I keep my boards right over here. There we go. Awesome. I'm so efficient when you're with me. You're in Weatherford? Oh, I'd love that. Rhonda, aren't you nice? You don't have to pay, but we'd love to go to dinner with somebody. I'll have to shoot me an email, powertoolswiththread@outlook.com. We're going to be at the we're going to be at the KOA there. So that'll be nice. I don't think we're going to get there. We're going to leave here around 10:30, 11 o'clock, and I think it's 5 or 6 hours. So yeah, so we'll be there around 5 and then set up or whatever. I don't know. We'll have to see. But shoot me an email. I'll talk to him about it. He might be too tired. So I'll definitely do that. Yeah, you need to get those for your alphabetties. So Becky wants to know, how do you scan light colored pieces of pre-cuts? Put color behind the piece? I wouldn't do that. So you would, you know, that scan picks up the clear, So Simple Shapes from Lori Holt. So it'll pick up light colored pre-cuts. Won't you take the container with you so you don't lose your alphabetties? Yeah, Bernadette, I didn't put it. I just set it on that table. Yeah, I need to do that. Take it. Because I was thinking, oh, is it wrong on the date's wrong? Oh, you're right. It's not the first. I copied and pasted from the first. It's the second. I forgot to change that. Yeah, that way these all stay together right here. That'll be good. So, all righty. Who's watching Frito? She's going with us. Yep. When we travel, and that's why we like to travel in the motorhome, so that we can take her with us. I also pulled out my 2.5-inch square up ruler to trim up the Ohio Star blocks, the very last church block for things above the panel. That's the name of the panel. What's the name of that pattern, y'all? Firm Foundations. So I brought the Firm Foundations quilt with me. I don't think I'll be able to get it finished. I wanted to get it. I can't get it finished. I've got to bring it back home, get it on the long arm, get it all quilted. I'm going to give it to my son to put in their church. So that'll be really cool. But yeah, so I like everything all compact and whatnot. I wish I had that picture. I wish Keith would text that to me. So yesterday, the sprinkler guy came by and oh gosh, Jan, it's your son's birthday. You better say hello, right? Give him a call. So where was I going? Where was I going? My mind is a million miles an hour right now, you guys. I've got to change the sheets on the bed for our house sitter. So, you know, I don't want to have him have dirty sheets. That's gross. So I've got to change the sheets on the bed, get a lot of stuff loaded into the motorhome, keep doing that. And oh, I want to let you guys know too, I'm not going to be doing Giveaway Friday while we are on the road. There's no way for me to, you know, print out the shipping labels, get it all packaged, and then get it to a post office service. That's just way too much for me. I can't do that. So I'm sorry, but we won't have Giveaway Fridays until I get back. And I plan on being back the 13th of August. So that it'd be like the 15th of August is when I'll start that up again. But I just wanted to let you guys know that it's just way too much time and trouble and effort, and I just can't do that. No problem. Well, aren't you understanding? Thank you, Bernadette. I appreciate that. So you guys, I'm going to sign off. I will see you tomorrow in the motorhome. We're going to stitch an Autumn Love block, I think. I think. And get everything all set up and ready to go for that. So I'm really looking forward to it. I cannot wait to see those of you. My first stop for class and demo is in Longmont, Colorado, north of Denver. So that'll be great. I love you guys. Please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe so you can keep up, and be sure to put this video on in your sewing room the next time you're doing some stitching and you want some stitchy chatter in the background, okay? We will talk to you soon. Oh, you got the $50 off for the Flexi Spot chair. That's awesome. All right. We'll talk to you soon. I'll see you in the morning. Love y'all. Go sew something. Bye.